Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Shauna Spilling the Presley Tea. And I have a lot of tea. It's piping hot, and I'm piping hot too. So I'm going to put it out there. This is episode 46. I'm putting it out there that I am steamed. I am upset about certain things, and I'm sad. Okay, as you all know, I received my From Here to the Great Unknown book on Monday. I've got to read some of it. My heart broke, still breaking. We're going to do one chapter a week. We're going to cover one chapter of this book a week. We're going to dive into it. I've seen other channels do it all in one shebang and all this stuff. Not me. I'm going to dive into every chapter. So tonight we're not talking about the book, even though it's weighing heavy on my chest. But tonight I want to talk about the Riley Keough and Oprah Winfrey interview. Okay, it's just I was going into the interview with an open mind, thinking to myself, you know, she's grieving. This is a book she had to finish for her mother, and was hoping that the book would be what Riley will be talking about on Oprah's special. That was not the case. Okay, it was just completely, it was completely opposite to what I assumed it would be. Okay, so I'm going to put it out there how I feel about that. And I'm not going to talk about the good stuff in the interview. If you guys want to watch the interview, go ahead. I'm skipping all the good stuff. I'm skipping all the archive talks, the tour that she gave Oprah, and all this. I'm going to the nitty-gritty. I am going to address the elephant in the room, guys, because for some reason, other channels and Oprah Winfrey being there and interviewing Riley, and her being on other talk shows like this morning, the elephant in the room is Prissy. That's the elephant in the room. That's what nobody is talking about. According to the book, and I'm not going to go into specifics or chapters because, as I said, we're going to do a whole rundown of each chapter every week. We're going to dive into every chapter, okay? But let's just say this. In the book, Lisa Marie says, I hated her, meaning she hated her mother. Now, okay, so we got this in our head. Lisa Marie says she hated her mother. Think about how emotional that had to be. Think about, if you guys have good mothers, think about how hard it would be to say something like that it would probably never even cross your mind that you hate your mother. But for Lisa to point it out, that she hates her mother, that she hated her, should speak volumes to all y'all. Okay, so put that in your head and let it rest. She hated her mother. It's in the book. So put that right there on a shelf in your head. Okay, guys? Now, all right. So here's the rundown of the interview. Okay, the bad. Okay, I'm not going to go with the good. I'm going with the stuff that's been on my mind. I need to vent, guys. This is just too much, too fast. Getting there. I have held this all night, all day at work. It's just something that is on my mind. People, you have to understand. If you don't, I'm angry. I'm Southern. It happens. All right. Even Lisa says in her book, you know, us Southern people have a way. You know, Elvis had his way when he was angry. He could be the storm when he's angry. Well, right now, I've got a storm. It's a brewing. And it's hurting me to even think about it. But it's got to be said. So Buckle up, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride. All right. So, Oprah asked Riley if Prissy will be buried at Graceland. And Riley said, if she wants to be buried at Graceland, she will be. Yeah, if she wants to be, she will be. So still, go back to that little shelf I said when Lisa Marie said in her book she hated her mother. So if you finish your mother's book and your mother talks ill will about your grandmother in all the ways that Lisa talks ill will, I know a lot of you have finished the book. Some of you guys haven't. So I'm just putting it out there. There's so much information that Lisa Marie puts in her book about her ill will and her hatred towards her mother, but also the hatred her mother had for her. So how would Riley, in her right mind, look at Oprah and say that if she wants to be buried there, then she will be? How is that plausible, guys? How is that plausible? Throwing it out there. Granted, last night when I saw that, I was a little bit more animated than I am now. I had a little bit of time to. I'm still mad about it. How is that plausible? Okay. Then it keeps going. They talked about Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie. I thumbed through it because the thing is, I want to read the book. The chapter on Michael, I haven't got to, so I didn't want to spoil myself and learn what was in it already. So we'll get there on my shows, but I didn't find that interesting because I haven't got there yet. Okay. Now, the thing that gets me is that's the burning question that I was waiting on her to answer. And I just kept thinking to myself, how can Riley let their Nona be buried at Graceland, knowing how much hatred that Lisa had for her own mother? How? And it just keeps burning into me because I have, and my family have disowned family members for disrespecting my father that died. My family has disowned people who have treated my mother with disrespect. So I know there are some of you out there who have also disowned family members who have given you unlove, abused you, and give you no respect. I know it happens because my family did it. And I've talked to a few of my friends in the chats, and I realize that other people have done it too. So how does this keep going? We see photo opportunities between Riley and the twins and Provolone and Prissy Pants. We've seen Prissy Pants go to the awards with Riley. We have seen Riley take up for her one line at a time. Why? If my mother wrote a memoir like Lisa wrote hers and Riley finishing it, you would think that their love for Nona would not be at all because of what Lisa went through. So many things that Priscilla's done to her. And every talk show, including the interview with Oprah, the elephant of the room with the book isn't being mentioned. Why? Is Scientology paying PR? Is Scientology paying people off to not talk about Priscilla? Because this doesn't make sense to me, guys. And the reason why I say Scientology is that's the only explanation I can come up with of why the elephant of the room is not being discussed in this book. Prissy was in this book. Lisa explains things in this book. What Lisa explains in this book about her mother is a liar and an abuser, and her men that was in her life abused Lisa. No wonder Lisa ran away from home before she was 18. No wonder Lisa Marie started drug addiction before she was even 15. No wonder the trauma in this girl's life, my heart bleeds for her. That's how angry I am. Why isn't the elephant of the room being discussed? Why? Also, what gets me is you've got all these people asking Riley questions, but the elephant in the room has not been discussed. There's other Elvis channels, which I do watch and I adore. They're not talking about the elephant in the room here. Lisa puts in her book she hated her mother. So that gives her a scot-free card to be buried at Graceland. That erases all her sins that she did towards her daughter. What? How does this woman keep getting away with everything she gets away with? It even shows in the book, and I will get to all the chapters when I review each chapter week by week, but it also states in this book how Priscilla and her family, the Beaulieus, didn't make her feel special. They were telling her, you're not anything special. You're not anything special. Poor Lisa didn't have any self-esteem left, I'm sure of it. The only self-esteem she had is what she could accomplish on her own and what her children, the love she had for her children. So let me just put it out there. Why is her children, knowing what's in this book, still loving on Nona, still letting Nona get away with everything and letting Provolone, which is Navarone, weasel his way through? Why? These are questions that I have, and it's upsetting to me. For some reason, that whole interview, yeah, I listened, but that's what I could get out of it. That made me angry. How can you finish a book of your mother's words and still love your grandmother so much? The only thing that comes up in my mind is Scientology. Scientology, baby. That's it. That's it. It's a cult. They will pay people off to shut them up. They will threaten people to shut them up. They obviously do not want Riley and Priscilla to not get along. Whatever hold that they have on these two, they're working. And that is just my personal opinion. I can't prove it. But y'all, in the comment section below, tell me, how is it plausible? It has to be Scientology. Because how, with them knowing that their mother hated her mother, how can they still love her that much? How? How can they let her get away with things? How? Plus in the book, spoiler alert if you hadn't got through it yet, but I will go through it chapter by chapter, it states that what I knew all along, if you read Child Bride, that Priscilla wasn't intact on her wedding night. Lisa throws it out there. You know, Priscilla loses her virginity with Elvis at 18. I mean, so it just shows how much Priscilla has lied. It shows how much Prissy Pants lies like the wind. The wind blows, Prissy Pants gonna lie. So what's gonna happen now? Prissy Pants is gonna write a book. And I've already told you guys months ago, she's waiting for Lisa's book to come out. Well, guess what? It came out. So I bet you Priscilla is at her house right now looking at the book going, oh, we've got to fix this chapter, and we've got to lie about this chapter, and we've got to take this out and put this in. And then what I have found yesterday on Instagram, Provolone is doing damage control for his mama. Oh, yeah. He's basically saying on his Instagram that Lisa Marie has lied about their mother, about everything, that she lied. Really? Really? And so that warrants, he calls her a liar because the book comes out for his mama. And then he tells everybody in every show he's been in that he hated Lisa Marie. He wished she was dead. And then when she died, he was glad she died. Yet the twins still take pictures with him. The twins still buddy up to Nona, who should be talking to Navarone to keep his damn mouth shut. it's just unbelievable. I'm trying to grasp the dynamics of this family, guys, and the more I try, I can't explain it. I'm not going to dog them. That's not what this show is about. But what I am trying to say is I do not understand the family dynamics here. How can they bash Lisa and they love their mother, but yet they're close, or they're perceiving themselves to be close? Because we all know Hollywood is smoke and mirrors, but what is going on? It kind of makes me think, hey, hello, Riley, the twins. Hey, blink twice if you're in trouble. Please tell us. Just blink twice. We'll understand. Because I don't understand it. Something is off here. Something is off. And believe it or not, that out of all of that, that's what I got. That's the whole premise of it. Now, Oprah asked Riley about Lisa's addiction. We all know people who go through trauma usually have an addiction problem, whether it's porn, spending, drugs, hoarding, relationships, gambling, some kind of addiction. Everybody who has had trauma in their life has ended up being an addict of some way, shape, or form to something. And we all know. So, of course, Oprah asked Riley about it. And we know that Lisa was on 80 pills a day. And it just breaks my heart to know that that woman, that sweet girl, had to go through all of that just to make a point when she dies to tell us all, hey, I'm hurting. Hey, listen to me. Hey, this is what my mom did to me. Hey, this was my life. So you guys tell me, how is this fair? How does Nona get to be buried at Graceland if she wants to be, when she did all of this and it's in Lisa's book? I'm not making this up, folks. Read the book. So, it really upsets me to know that Lisa went through all this, and I will get through every chapter with you guys starting Monday, because I can't do anything about the book right now. I'm talking about the special with Oprah. But it's too much. It's too much. It's just a lot. And that's pretty much what all I got out of that whole interview with Oprah, because it just kept in my head. I was already reading the book when the special came out, so it's coming in my head. How does she get by? How does Prissy Pants always have to get by and have the last word? Lisa said her truth. Lisa gave us her raw emotions, dogging her mother when needed be in certain places, and nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about the elephant in the room, which is Priscilla. Why? Why? Are they scared? Are they being paid off by Scientology to keep their mouth shut? I even watched TMZ talk about the book of Lisa, and they say all the stuff that she did, and then MJ stuff, but they don't address the elephant in the room on why does Lisa Marie hate her mother so much. If I was an interviewer and Riley was on my show, that's what I would ask her. How can you love your Nona so much, knowing as much as you do now about the pain, neglect, and abuse that Priscilla did? How? And of course, there was a part in the interview with Oprah where Riley states, and there's some people that were asking me to point this out tonight, where Riley states that she was kind of, she was very upset about how Elvis dying affected her mother so much that she kind of resented her grandfather, Elvis, for putting that hurt on her mother. But what about the hurt Priscilla did? It's in the book. So that's my 2 cents this evening. You guys probably wanted a play-by-play of the interview. I'm sorry. I'm just so upset about those 2 things that I can't think straight about the rest of the interview, because it kind of just flowed. And then it was like, after that question was asked and she answered the way she did, I really got emotional on that. And I kind of still am. So I'm really trying to keep it together, because I know what's in this book so far that I've been reading. And that's what I'm addressing tonight. How does Prissy Pants get by? How does Prissy Pants go to sleep at night knowing that she did this to her daughter? All the things that Lisa says in her book. And why is it that some of the interviewers that are interviewing Lisa right now are not even addressing the elephant in the room about the relationship between Priscilla and Lisa Marie? Why? They're not even mentioning it. Why? Why is some of the YouTube creators not mentioning it, and then some are? Why? Why? Where's the truth in this? We have the truth. We have her book. Riley and the twins have access to this book. Riley finished the book. Why are they letting Nona get by with this? Why are they letting their uncle get by with the bad words that he's been saying about his sister, wishing she was dead and glad she's dead? Why do they get a free ride? Why? Some people ask me, oh, Shauna, it's probably so they can keep the peace. I couldn't. If that were me, I couldn't. If that were me, I wouldn't. That's the truth, guys. That's how I feel in my heart. Poor Lisa. All the trauma, all the rejection, all of the neglect, all of it is there in this book. And people aren't addressing the woman that did this to her. My point of view, and I've said this for years, Priscilla was not a mother. She hated being Lisa's mother. And that's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it, guys. So out of all of it, that's what I get. And then learning all these people are not even addressing the hurt and the pain that her own mother did to her. Why does Prissy Pants get a free ride? Why does Prissy Pants get to be buried at Graceland if she wants to be? I just don't understand. The only thing I can get by it, the only thing that I can come up with is Scientology. It just gotta be. There's nothing else that would explain it to me, because I have disowned people for doing less in my family. My mother has too. My father has as well before he died. He disowned his own sister. And what did she do? She just took a house away from him. Priscilla's done more than that to Lisa. And she's the elephant in the room. And nobody is talking about the hurt and abuse that Prissy did to Lisa Marie. It's in the book, but they're not addressing it. So that's all I've got to say, guys. I'm still reading the book. I'm trying to do it chapter by chapter, so when I come to you guys starting on Monday to review each chapter with you, that it's fresh in my mind. So please join me for the new segment that I'm starting on this book, Lisa's Revelations. And chapter by chapter is what we're going to cover. And I hope you guys can join me. But I really got to stop at this time, because my heart is just, it's heavy. It's hurting. It's hurting for Lisa Marie. It's hurting for Elvis that he died. And he couldn't protect her. that everybody in her life wouldn't protect her. This is why she said what she said in 2019, that the only time she felt safe was when her father was alive. So that's what gets me. And now that statement that she said hits home and helps me understand. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go. I hope you understand where I'm going at with this. I hope you guys are on the same level as me. In the comment section below, please tell me how you're feeling and your thoughts on what I'm feeling, because I'm a nervous wreck just to know how much she hurt, and still nobody's listening to her and her own family. It's just, I don't know, guys. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank you for giving me your time tonight. You could have went to any Elvis channel, but you didn't. You came to mine. And for that, I love each and every one of you guys for it. I could have said more. That's all I got out of the interview that I could take. I watched it all, but that's just all my brain could process, and I didn't like the answer. So, I'm here telling you how I feel. But please join me on Monday when we start our new segment, Revelations of Lisa Marie, where we go by chapter, okay? There's 9 chapters. We're going to go through all of it together and talk about it, okay? So you guys can tell me how you feel and your grievances. Also, I'm going live on Friday. If you guys want to talk about this and the book a little bit, I'll be there for you guys on Friday as well. But anyways, guys, I better go. It's just a lot to take in, okay? But anyways, guys, TCB, TLC, God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side, guys. Be safe out there, okay? And know that I love you. And let's keep Lisa and Elvis in our prayers. Okay, guys. Bye now.